Guys, today we are starting with our subject garment construction, and this is a garment. You see, it's a fully constructed with the sewing machine. For any garment to be started with, we need a pattern, we need machine, but right now we are doing all hand stitches. So instead of machine, we will be using hand stitching. So we need a needle, we need thread, we need marking chalk, which is used for marking or tracing the fabric. If we were using our machine, we will be needing bobbin and a bobbin case. To carry on with that, we need a measuring tape. This is our measuring tape. You can see over here. You have a French curve. You know what French curve is because you must have used it earlier also in your draping or pattern making. You need a scale along with it. You need a scissors to cut the fabric. You need pins, all pins or ball head pins to secure your fabric. You can use your thumb pins. You can keep safety pins along with you. This is the marking chalk, as I said. You need a pencil to mark your lines, and you get a fabric marking pen as well. Keep a small metal scale along with you before starting the class. Now, assume that this is the fabric I got, and you people know what is selvage, right? So selvage means the grain line. So I'll mark my grain line. Grain line. This is my grain line. So it means this is the width of the fabric and this is the length of the fabric, the running fabric, and you have a selvage on this side. Guys, I'm using pen instead of pencil because for making my video, pencil will become a lighter mark and it may not be visible for you, but you people have to use your pencil instead of your pen. Now taking this, your fabric, and this is your grain line, turn this towards, take 1 meter of fabric. Now consider your width here. Fold your fabric into half. This is my half fabric. Now just fold it or divide it into 3 parts this way. And now guys, what you are doing is you cut this part, right? So what you are doing, the first fold, you're cutting it. First fold, you have cut the fabric, right? And as I said, you're folding it again into 3 parts this way. And then now they have to be equal again. Now you cut this. Why am I doing this is our curriculum says any sample developed have to be developed in a size of 10 by 10 fabric piece. But I don't want anyone to waste your fabric. You are learning your sample. So let us just work out on 5 by 10 sample. So this is what I got, all the layers here, right? Now what will I do? I will just fold this way, right, and this way. So guys, just make your piece in such a way that This is your almost 5 inches, almost 5 inches, and this is going to be around 10 inches. Yeah, if it is little lesser or so, doesn't matter. Just see that how you are folding. You can fold this way and then check. You fold it whatever the way, and then, but make sure that the longer side is your grain line. Yeah, clear how to make your fabric swatch, right? Today we will be learning hand stitches, as I was talking to you in your in our meet in the Zoom. Here I am demoing you 2 samples of hand stitches. One will be your running stitch, one will be hemming. Okay, these 2 are what I will teach you so that you finish it off by next class. But make sure that whatever 1 meter you have bought, you are cutting it into this form and you are keeping it aside, so that whatever samples we are developing will be done on that only, one after the another. We will also learn seams, machine seams, with the help of hand only. As per now, many of you must not be having your machines at home. Even if you are having machine, few of you doesn't know how to operate it. So let us keep in mind that we don't have a machine, and let us assume that we are learning hand stitches now for now, right? But once you come back to the campus, obviously we will sit on the machine and we will practice the machine and we will start stitching it. So because already you will be learning all this, how to do it, you can directly follow up with what to do for what kind of seam, right? Now guys, starting with the first seam, as seen in the PPT what I have shown, I'll be starting with your first seam, which is a running stitch. In general, running stitch is used for many reasons. One, you can just join 2 layers and then you can have a finish if you don't have a machine. But when you are doing a running stitch, the running stitch is not very strong. So generally this stitch is used for securing 2 layers of fabric also. But right now let us know what exactly is the running stitch and how it is done. Now, out of the pieces what I have cut, or what we all have cut, we will select the first layer, 1 layer, keeping all of them aside. Now, in generally what happens, you have done your draping, you have done your pattern making, and in that you have seen that how we give seam allowances to the borders. Now, let us assume that we are giving a seam allowances to the side seam or hemline. What we generally do is we take seam allowances 1 inch, right? So now the running stitch what we are doing here is generally useful for your hemline also, and it can also be used for making gathers. It gives a formation of gathers, right? Let us not talk about gathers right now. Let us talk about our basic running stitch. So as I said, generally we use 1 inch seam allowance. So all the basic stitches what we are learning right now, we will learn based on the 1 inch seam allowance itself. Now, so what I do is, for my running stitch, you can say hem finish or you can just say running stitch. What I'll do is, first, this is my grain line. Guys, never forget, your garments always have to be made on grain line. Otherwise, the fall of the garment or the finish of the garment will not be good. This is our grain line, right? So now what I'll do, on this piece over here, first I'll take a measurement of 1/4 inch from the edge, right? This is my 1/4 inch, yeah? And then from there I'll mark one more line which is 1 inch, right? 1 inch. I'll use this scale, it's better, right? 1 inch here and 1 inch here, right guys? So when I have this, what am I doing is now I'll take a needle. Now guys, whatever needle you are using, you have to make sure that you are comfortable in handling the needle, because few of you may have smaller hands, few of you may have a bolder hand, few stronger and bigger hand. So just feel comfortable in checking which needle is comfortable, but don't take that strong needle. Don't take this needle, which many of you know, when parents stitch sweaters, they stitch their seam finishes with this. Yeah, so don't use this. From the box, select a good needle, or you can buy a separate needle also, but make sure that you are able to handle it properly. Now take a thread, yeah, insert the thread into the needle. Now guys, if you remember, when I was talking to you, when the WhatsApp what I have sent, I told you people to take matching thread, matching to the fabric, right? But I am using a contrast thread here, so that when I'm stitching, you can see the stitches flowing, right? So just let me thread the needle. Now threading is done. I'll take thread in such a way that I'm comfortable holding the thread. Let us work with, for the running stitch, let us take 2 strings together, right? I have taken this much length. I chopped it with my scissors, and guys, if you see here, these are the 2 layer threads, yeah. So I'll bring it together and I will have to knot it first. So you know how to knot. Hold it like that, wind it like this, and see, can you see the cross over there? This part, twist it on your finger like this. Can you see that? See how it is? And then pull it up, so you can see it knot formed there. Yeah guys, so let me show you how to do the running stitch. Now this 1 inch distance, whatever I have taken here, I'll draw one more line. Yes, right? And then I will see carefully. This is a grain line, so obviously you all know, on the grain line, folding a fabric straight is very comfortable. So I'll just fold it like this. Can you see guys? I have folded it. Crease the line with your nails, guys. Doesn't matter whether you're a girl, you're male, or you're a female. Everyone have nails. This doesn't need longer nail like girls' finger. Just do this, right? Once you have done that, this is the second line, yeah, you fold on that line. Yeah, okay, fine, I'll show it this way. I folded the first line, yeah, folded the first line, and now this is my second line. I'm folding my second line. Yeah guys, I'm stitching using a fabric available at my house, and this is already once washed. So if I pull it stronger, it will stretch because it lost all its starch. So carefully see, this is how. So if unwashed fabric, you don't wash your fabric, thus you do this, it will, can you see, it's sitting properly on the fold. Now guys, once that is over, now the thing is, okay fine, you are doing your running stitch, but how are you doing it? So generally seams look neater on a garment or any finish if the stitch is stitched at an equal distance with an equal length of the stitch. Okay, so now this is what I have. What I'll do now, okay, to make it more smarter and to make all my stitches easier or closer or equal. If you see your grading scale, or even if you see your scale, every inch have its marking over there, right? 1/8 of an inch, 2/8 of an inch. So what I do, I'll place my scale on the edge of the fold, this line, right? Can you see this? Yeah. For example, I'm keeping one more fabric here, keeping it like this. This is how you have folded, right? So on this edge, what I'll do, I'll keep my scale and do my marking at 1/8 inch. See, I'll do like this. Yeah, I'll do like this, right? Don't mark without scale. I'm marking because I have a small experience. Yeah, so this is how you're marking till the end, right? This I have just taken as a support so that on a darker fabric you can see this. So I remove it, and then guys, let the marks what you are drawing be light marks, okay, so that they are only visible to you. Otherwise you will have a darker mark and your thread is not visible, only your dots are visible. So now this is how I have marked all my marks. Now starting to stitch, construct. Take your needle back. Yeah, now hold your sample. Can you see guys, this is a fold. Yeah, never forget that it's folded on this line. Now hold your fabric. Can you see the first dot over here? Okay, insert your needle through this layer. See this layer, insert your needle like this, bring it out. Yeah, so now your knot is secured. You can have a back stitch, but when we do learn how to do back stitch, I'll tell you what to do. Now guys, you have a dots at a distance of equal 1/8 inch. So running stitch is very simple. You only have to make sure that this line is folded properly and this line is folded on this line, right? So now from here, insert your needle inside. See it coming out, coming through the fabric, and bring it out from the next dot. See, so when you see at the back, this is how you see, right? And then come out, right? Make sure the threads are not entangling. Now yeah, right, then go to the third dot, the dot next to from where the needle have come, insert it, pierce inside and bring it out of the next. Got me? Yeah, see, when you are stitching, many a time it may happen if the threads are not equal. Okay, in that case you can just hold the threads like this and just do it. Everything can. That's it. Now the thread is on the top. Now go to the next hole, insert inside, bring it out from the top. So when you are inserting the needle, it is passing through all the three layers. What are the three layers? This is your first layer. This is the layer. This is the second layer you're folding, and this is the third layer, right? So now again my needle is here, just pierce inside, see this, take it out and then bring it out from the next hole. Guys, this is what is your running stitch. So generally if you are like comfortable, you can just insert inside, you can bring it out. Done. next hole inside. Make sure the fold is proper. Next inside. Come out, guys. Yeah, again go inside, come out. Yeah, that's it, guys. So this is what you have to do. This is one of your sample which talks about your running stitches, right? And this stitch is so simple that if you want to remove the stitch, you just cut the knot you have here, right? Cut the knot and then pull the needle from here and the whole thread will come out of here, right? So this is what is your running stitch. Hope everyone understood the running stitch. Let us go for one more simple stitch, which is your hemming, right? Hand stitch. And this hemming, generally what we see hemming happening in very basic classic garments, in your blouses, sari blouse, right? Many of the blouses without piping are done or finished with your hemming only. And even the trouser, formal trouser, when you turn your trouser and see, the hemline is done with your hemming finish only. So similarly, there are many finishes like couture garments or whatever you see hemming being used in many places. And this running stitch is generally used as a basting stitch so that it secures two layers of fabrics. When sewn together, they don't slip from each other. Yeah, so let us start with our hemming. Again, for hemming is the same process. You're taking one more layer of your fabric again, yeah, and it's the same process of first line at a distance of 1/4 inch. Yeah, if you have your grading scale, it becomes easier for you to draw your lines because you have already learned how to use your grading scale. This is how you do it. Your 1/4 inch, right? And then you take one more line at 1 inch, right? 1 inch. Yeah, so now this again is the same thing. It is your hem finish or hemming, right, guys? Now what you have to do, as you know, you just have to fold this first line, you know it, crease the line, crease the line, crease the line, the same way what you have done in your running. And then this is the another line, you fold it on your 1 inch line, yeah, and just crease the line, yeah, and then I'm keeping it towards me, yeah, right, and then as I said earlier, it's the same way I'm marking. Guys, if you feel uncomfortable, okay, you can draw a line here, right? And then you can slightly move your scale, and at a distance of 1/8 inch, you start marking your point. Can you see this? How am I marking? Can you see this? Yeah. See? I'm marking on the same line. I'm marking my 1/8. Yeah. So this is how I'm marking, and I'll mark till the end. Once that is over, now I'm folding this at 1/4 and then I'm folding it on 1 inch. Yeah. Then crease the line. Now guys, so again my sample is ready for finishing of the seam with the seam finish, which is your hem finish. So now again I'm taking the same needle, guys. Yeah, I'm taking the same needle with thread inside. Yeah, right. So now here, earlier for running stitch, what we have done is we have taken two strings together and we equally have taken the ends of the two strings and we have knotted here. But no, here when you talk about hemming, what you are going to do is you are taking single string, right? Guys, don't take a very longer thread. As I said earlier, you take as much as you can handle, otherwise it will keep on entangling and you will end up breaking a thread in between and reworking. So now how to knot it? See, I have separated it. Can you see the separated threads? Two layers, right? So the longer layer I am taking, see the longer length, and then again it's the same way. Hold it like that, twist it this way, and then wind it on the bigger, and then just pull it out and there is a knot. Yes, a bigger knot. Yeah, do it twice because it's a single thread. If you do once, it will give you very thin knot, right? Now once that is done, again it's the same thing. Pick up your sample this way. Can you see? Yeah. Now insert your needle inside. See what I showed you, right? This is how I inserted in that layer. It comes onto the first dot. Now guys, see very carefully. Now what will I say is, this is my layer 1, the fold, this is my layer 1, and let this be my layer 2, right? So now what I'll do, my first thread have come out from the first dot. So what I'll do, I'll quickly go to this is layer 1 and this is layer 2, right? So I'll just take a pinch from layer 1 and bring back from layer 2 from the same hole from where it have come out earlier. Yeah, and now bring it out. Now if you see carefully, my thread have fixed the layer 1 and layer 2 on the first dot itself. Now observe carefully. This is my layer 2, this is my layer 1, and this is my second dot. So what I do, I'll take a pinch. Pinch can be only one thread from layer 1 under the dot, whatever I have here, and then bring the needle out of the dot. Can you see this? And see here, it will be only one yarn insert. Yeah, and then I take it out. Got me? Now again go. Now second dot is done. Go to third dot, and from the third dot take the layer 1, below the third dot, the layer 1, from layer 1 take a pinch, yani one yarn, and then bring it out of the third dot. Yani you're picking up a pinch from layer 1, and while you're picking up, you're passing the needle through the third dot of second layer. Yeah, you got it? This is how it comes. Again go fourth dot, you do the same thing. So you're continuing this till the end. Yes guys, this is how you do your hemming. This is how hemming looks, right guys? Now the thing is, once you have finished the whole hemming, once you have come to the other end of the seam, what you have to do is how to knot it, finish, end it, right? What you do on the last thread, on the last dot, you just wind it up once, do this, one, don't worry if it gets entangled, it will open, see, and two, right? And then chop the thing and your sample is ready. Yeah. Once you have finished your sample, I want you people to write your name, semester, roll number here, and scene name, right? These three details are needed. Yeah.